Super. We are ready to begin. So I'm going to suggest that we start on our backs, but can we start with the knees bent to begin with? So we allow a little bit of space through the back of the hips so that we don't feel that we're straining with the weight of the legs. And perhaps take your arms a little bit wider from the midline of the body, positioning your feet a little bit wider if that helps your lower back. And even rolling the knees towards one another, if that helps you widen and soften. Take a moment to remind yourself to unclench the jaw, to relax the tongue in the well of the mouth, to soften the cheeks and the chin. And as you start to tune into the natural rhythm of your breath, set to yourself an intention. For the next hour, we can push the to-do list to one side. Let's face it, it'll still be there when you come back. Set an intention to create time and space for your breath, for your body, and for your mind. Start to slow the breath down, deepening the inhalation, lengthening the exhalation, being aware of an expansion, a widening through every breath in, a softening, a release through every breath out. With every inhalation, it almost feels as though you're creating light in your body. With every exhalation, you're welcoming in that familiar weight as you feel your bones sink a little more deeply into the earth. Widening and expanding on the inhale, softening and releasing on the exhale. Think about filling your body with positive energy on the breath in, releasing your body of any negative energy on the breath out. Allow your breath to become a little noisier here, almost as though you're declaring that intention to release and let go with each noisier exhale. Try to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. One further cleansing breath. Then as you settle back into a natural, easy rhythm, I'd like you to consider your intention for this evening. Set to yourself a Sankalpa. This is a positive affirmation that you set at the beginning of the class. Set something in the positive, the present tense, as though it's already happening. My Sankalpa for this evening is I am strong. Choose the words that resonate for you and repeat that Sankalpa to yourself 3 times in the present tense. Sowing a seed of intention that you will imbue your practice with this positive affirmation. Now, as we once more return the awareness to the breath, Just take a moment to scan your body from head to toe, acknowledging without judgment, noticing anywhere in the body where you perhaps have pain or limitation, anywhere that you know that tension can manifest for you. Consider sending that nourishing, energizing breath to that part of the body. And as you exhale, visualize that tension releasing. You might want to picture any stress, any pain, simply melting into the floor beneath you to be recycled by Mother Nature to help fertilize the soil of your seed of intention. Now notice exactly the position of your body, how you have arranged your hands, your feet. Notice the position of your neck. Make little adjustments now to draw the chin a little closer to the chest, to perhaps draw the hands a little closer towards the body. Repositioning the feet hip width distance apart. Widening the fingers, opening through the palms, then drawing the fingertips in towards the palms to make fists. As you come to your next inhalation, keep those fists and squeeze the shoulders up towards the ears. As you come to the exhalation, relax the fingers, the shoulders, and let the arms reset. On the next inhalation, lift the toes from the floor. So you're resting on the heels, drawing the toes towards the shins, creating a little bit of tension here through the front of the body. As you exhale, release and bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Again, we're going to lift the toes. This time the action is almost as though you're using a windscreen wiper from right to left. So we're bringing the knees into the action, just gently rocking from one side to the other. Returning again to center, then releasing to bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Lift the right heel from the floor, push into the ball of the right foot. Inhale to lift the arms overhead and just rest the backs of the hands to the floor here. Wide through the chest on the inhalation. Then as you exhale, extend that right leg forward, come to rest on the heel, turning the toe up towards the ceiling. So we've gone from point to flex, pressing through the heel, lengthening through the back of the leg. On the next exhalation, hug that right knee in towards the chest, placing the hands to the shin, applying a little pressure, then directing that right knee out towards the right shoulder. Bring that knee back again to center. Gently drawing little circles here with the knee, slowly starting to mobilize the hip joint, changing direction, taking those circles the opposite way. Draw that knee in once more to the chest. Inhale to lengthen, pointing through fingers, pointing through toes, a big stretch through the body. This time on the exhale, bring the foot to flexion, keep the heel an inch from the floor. Draw the thumbs together in an interlock. On the out breath, push the upper body to the left and encourage an opening, a stretch to the right side of the waist and the rib cage. Turning now to tuck the chin into the right armpit. Then inhaling, returning to center, taking that long stretch, pointing through fingers and toes. Exhaling to draw that right knee in towards the chest. Replace that right foot on the floor. We'll repeat the same sequence on the other side. So we start with the hands either side of the hips, gently lifting the left heel now as we push into the ball of the foot. On the inhalation, lift the arms overhead. Work through the breath to slowly bring the backs of the hands to rest on the floor, widening if you need to relax the shoulders back and down. As you exhale, press that left heel forward. We're going to bring that heel to rest on the floor, tipping the toe towards the shin, encouraging a deep stretch through the back of the calf, through the ankle. Inhale to point that left toe. Exhale, come to flexion. I've just been bombed by the dog. Inhale to point the left toe. Then on the exhale, hug the left knee in towards the chest. On the next step, out breath. Just direct that knee out towards the left shoulder. Just creates a little wider space through the back of the hips. Draw that knee back again to centre. Then again, we're just going to take the knee and draw circles, mobilising the hip gently, changing direction, taking those circles the opposite way. As you draw that knee again back to centre, once more inhale to lengthen, this time keeping the heel an inch from the floor, pointing through fingers and toes, taking a long stretch. Exhale to hug the knee in, then inhale again, take a further long stretch through the body. Sorry, I had to deal with the dog. I'm back. Then lift both arms overhead. Oh, what we're doing here. Oh yes, we're doing the one where we bring the foot to flexion, bring the thumbs to an interlock. As you exhale, squeeze the upper body over to the right, turning to tuck the chin into the left armpit. Then inhaling again to return to centre. Separate the thumbs, point through fingers and toes. Exhale to hug that knee in towards the chest. Replace that left foot to the floor. Take the knees now to, the feet to the full width of your mat. So you're taking your feet wide, keeping that little gap between the knees. Now arranging the arms into a T shape, turning the palms up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, windscreen wipers again, but this time the knees are separated. So you might find that the left knee encourages a deeper stretch to the front of the left thigh, into that left hip flexor. Inhale to widen through the chest, exhale, engage the core, roll those knees over to the opposite side. So again, there's a little bit of tightness where it feels like the right buttock is jumping up as you loosen into the front of the thigh. Inhale to widen, exhale, big release to the right. Inhale to widen, exhale, big release to the left. As you bring the knees back to centre, reset the feet to hip width apart. Reposition the hands either side of the hips, push into the soles of the feet, lift the bottom from the floor. Let's peel the right heel from the mat, pushing into the ball of the foot. So again, there's a little bit of extra work happening in the hip flexor here. Replace that heel to the floor, transition to lift the left heel from the mat. Pressing the shin forward, again feeling that extra opening through the front of the hip flexor. Replace the left heel. Realign so that the knees are in line with the hips. Press into the balls of the feet. Lift both heels. Press the shins forward. Lift the thighs higher. Avoid, if you can, rolling the knees out. Inhale to lift the arms overhead. Squeeze the buttocks together. Bring the hands back to fists. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Hold that tension in the centre of the body. Try not to hold the breath as we hold the tension. Then on the next exhale, Unclench the hands, release the buttocks, slowly lower the heels to the floor, then roll through the spine vertebra by vertebra, bringing the lower back to the floor. On the out breath, hug the knees towards the chest, gently rocking through the back of the hips, almost like a massaging action as you travel from right to left over the back of the hips. Returning again to centre, replacing both feet to the floor. We'll repeat the bridge pose, but this time we'll keep the heels on the floor. Bring the hands again either side of the hips, push into the soles of the feet. Rather than lifting the arms overhead, we're going to bring the hands underneath the bottom to create an interlock. Draw the shoulder blades together, press through the shins, lift the thighs a little higher, open through the chest. Again, just keep a track that those knees aren't widening. This time, rather than clenching the buttocks, see if we can really soften the buttocks. The focus is on pressing the shins forward, lifting the thighs higher, creating space through the front of the body. Then as you exhale, release the hands, start at the space between the shoulder blades and slowly roll down through the spine, vertebra by vertebra. Taking your time through middle back, lower back, feeling the weight now at the back of the hips, then gently bringing the full weight of the pelvis to the floor. Keep that left knee bent as you inhale, lift and lengthen through the right leg. Draw the right toe in towards the shin, press through the heel, lengthening through the back of the thigh. Inhale to point, exhale to flex. Inhale to point, come again to full flexion. Press through the heel and we'll take a little bit of tension away from the hamstring as we lower that thigh down until the knees are level. So don't go too low, we want to be thighs in the same plane. Now use the big toe to draw 3 circles in towards the midline of the body. Change direction, draw those circles the other way. And just let go of any creaks and groans here. Bring the foot to flexion again, keep the core engaged. On the out breath, lower the heel down an inch from the mat. So keeping that little gap under the heel, let's now draw 3 wide circles. So we're back into this hip joint, changing direction, taking those circles the other way. Try not to take the foot too high. We want to always come back to that inch off the floor. Bring that heel to rest an inch from the mat here. Inhale to point, exhale to flex. Then on the out breath, hug that knee again towards the chest. Replace that right foot to the floor. Inhale to lift and lengthen on the left. So out breath to flex, in breath to point. Working again through that natural range of movement in the ankle, just teasing a little more space into the calf, into the hamstring. Now we're going to push through the heel, encourage a little iron of that bend out of the knee. Keep the core engaged as you lower the heel down, resting the thighs at that parallel position, then using the big toe to draw 3 circles in, changing direction, taking those circles the opposite way, slowly going through full range of movement, bringing the foot to flexion again. A cue to remember to draw the tummy button in as you float the heel an inch from the floor. Remain in flexion, then use the heel to draw 3 wide circles. Remember, it really helps to bring that heel to an inch off the floor, then change direction. Take those circles the opposite way. Rest that heel again. Inhale, point the toe. Exhale, flex. Inhale, point. Come to flexion. On the next inhalation, lift the arms overhead, a full body stretch. On the exhale, hug the knee in towards the chest. Now, rather than replacing the left foot on the floor, we're going to pop that ankle on top of the right thigh. We're going to reposition the hands either side of the hips so there's no temptation to lift the legs. Think about that core engagement. As you come to the next exhalation, draw the tummy button in and just fill that little gap beneath the lower back. Inhale to lift that right knee. Exhale to squeeze the knee in. Work again on teasing that knee a little closer. Exhaling to deepen the stretch to the left of the hip into the buttock. Try not to pulse here. Use the breath to extra draw that knee in. Then on the out breath, replace the right foot to the floor, unhook the left, bring the right foot up and over, pick up the left foot. Exhale to squeeze that knee in. Take a moment to register the beginning of that stretch. On the next out breath, squeeze a little deeper. And again, we're working with the breath, exploring that deeper stretch with every out breath. Inhale to widen through the chest. Exhale, engage the core. Float that left heel back to the mat. Unhook the right foot. Bring those arms back to that T-shaped position. Engage the core. Lift both feet from the mat. Position the knees just above the hips and bring the feet to flexion. So we continue to have that little gap between the knees. Working with the breath to draw the tummy button in. Lifting the arms now so that the wrists line up above the shoulders, palms of the hands facing in towards one another. We want to feel the flats of the shoulder blades on the floor, so don't be frightened to widen the hands, to soften the collarbones, to relax the jaw. You can test the core by pushing the feet a tiny bit further away. We don't want to do this too much. We don't want to feel lift in the lower back, but we want to feel a little bit of push and pull in the core and the lower abdominals. On your next exhalation, extend the right heel forward. Keep that heel an inch from the floor. On the inhalation, bend that knee back up. Exhale, take the left heel forward. Pause an inch from the floor. Widen through the chest, engage the core. Bring that knee back again to centre. So once more, we're going to take the right foot forward. This time the left arm comes back. Pause with the heel and the thumb an inch from the floor. Keep the core engaged as you bring both arm and leg back to centre. Exhale, extend the left arm forward, the right arm back. Pause here. Keep that core engagement, come back again to centre. Last set. Extend the right leg forward, take the left arm back. We're going to keep here a little longer and add in a little pulse of 3, 2, and 1. Use that core engagement to draw the arm and the leg back to centre. Exhale to extend left leg forward, right arm back. That little pulse of 3, 2, and 1. Bring everything back to centre. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Then widen the arms to create that T shape once more. Soften the shoulders. Exhale to roll both knees over to the right. Take your gaze over the left arm. Breathe the left shoulder to the floor. Visualize inhaling from fingertip to fingertip, widening through the chest, expanding into the left side of the rib cage. Then as you exhale, engage the core, roll the knees through centre, bring the head back through centre, take the knees now to the left and bring the gaze over the right arm. So again, that sense of heavy on the right shoulder, soft and released through the upper body. A little stretch to the outside of the hip. We're soft, we're letting go. Inhaling once more to widen. Exhaling, engaging the core, rolling the knees back through center. Bring the hands once more to the knees, drawing those opposing circles, so back into that hip joint, changing direction, taking the circles the opposite way. Now replace the feet to the floor. Rather than resetting the feet hip width distance apart, I want you to focus on rolling the knees wide and bringing the soles of the feet together. So we're coming into a supine Baddha Konasana. And sometimes in this posture, you get a sense that one knee feels higher than the other, that perhaps the hips don't feel quite level. This is just a time for noticing, acknowledging. There's no judgment needed. Just notice any differences in your body without expectation. It may be that you want to draw the heels a little closer, to press the soles of the feet together, and to mindfully draw the knees wider, deepening that stretch into the inner thigh and allowing for that natural lift in the lower back. As we stay here, just on the edge of discomfort, let's take a moment to roll through the back of the head, bringing the right ear parallel to the floor. Come through center. Bring the left ear parallel to the floor. Return again to center. Now position the hands as an interlock and pop that interlock behind the back of your head. Widen the elbows so you feel an extra stretch through the pectoral muscles. And the fact that we're resting the head into the hands, you might feel a little lift through the chest, hopefully not through the back of the neck. Exhaling to let the knees widen a little deeper still. As you come to the next out breath, let's drive the right elbow down towards the right knee, taking care to keep that left elbow skimming the floor. It helps again to turn the head over the left shoulder. Then inhale to come to center. Exhale to squeeze the left elbow down, widening the right elbow, looking over the length of that arm. Exhale, draw the tummy button in. Inhale, bring the head back again to center. Let's allow the head to rest back on the mat as we bring the hands either side of the hips again. Inhale to squeeze the shoulders up. Exhale to turn the palms towards the floor, pressing the fingertips away, then releasing the weight of the shoulders back to the mat. Wide through the chest on the inhale. On the exhale, draw the tummy button in and start to slide the thighs back towards one another. They'll feel a little tight, a little resistant. We'll reset the feet, hip width apart. Then come again into that T shape with the arms. So the palms are turned up, we're nicely rested into the flats of the shoulder blades. The collarbones are wide, everything feels very soft and released in the upper body. Let's bring the left leg up and over. So we're resting that left ankle to the outside of the right thigh. On an out breath, we're going to draw that left knee over to the right side. You'll feel that left hip lift from the floor. You want to take your gaze over the left arm to keep that shoulder and arm nice and heavy to the floor. Just allow gravity to ease the knee. A little slower, a little deeper. If you feel there's a little extra edge that you would like to create through a stretch to the outside of the left hip, bring the right hand to rest on top of the left thigh. Apply a little pressure here, directing the knee closer to the floor. If you feel this in the lower back, take the hand away. We're only using this if we want to feel a little deeper release into the buttock. You might be starting to notice now a deeper opening to the left side of the pectoral muscles. Just go with that nice opening. Now when you're ready, remove the hand from the thigh, come back to the T shape. Exhale, draw the tummy button in. Inhale, roll the knees back through centre. Reset the head in centre. Unhook that left foot. Bring the right foot up and over. On the out breath, we'll start again to drift the knee towards the floor on the opposite side. So right knee travelling to left side. Right shoulder staying stuck to the mat. A little bit of space as the right hip lifts and comes through centre. Pause to become heavy again in the upper body. Then if you wish, you can use that left hand to apply pressure to the outside of the thigh, deepening the stretch into the buttock, into the hip. You can direct it to where you need it. When you're ready, remove the hand, come through to that wide, relaxed T shape. As you exhale, draw the tummy button in. As you inhale, roll again through centre. As you unhook that right foot, just take a moment to reset the feet, hip width distance apart. You'll probably notice that the sides of the hips, particularly into the buttocks, feel a little looser now. So for one last time, we'll bring the hands either side of the hips, push into the soles of the feet, repeat our bridge pose. I'm going to select turning the palms down this time, gently spreading the fingers, widening through the collarbones, drawing the shoulder blades together, pressing the shins forward, lifting the thighs higher. Think about lifting the sternum up towards the chin. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, let that go. Now hug both knees in towards the chest. And given that I've had you laid on your back for such a long time, no springing up. Let's take a moment to roll to the left side. Pause there for a moment. And then collect yourself to join me seated on your mat. Oh, it almost seems cruel after we've had all that lovely stretchy time. Perfect. So rather than coming straight into a cross-legged position, let's again just gently work through the areas of the hips and the inner thighs. So extend your right leg, toe pointing up. Bring the sole of the left foot to the inner thigh. If it helps you, you might want to lift the sit bones from the floor, reposition. You want to feel the bony parts of the bottom connect with the mat. And try to avoid the temptation of leaning forward or slumping. Think about that plumb line from the back of the head to the tailbone. Inhaling to lift the sternum, rolling the shoulder back and down. Again, we can actively widen that knee, so we're opening the inner thigh, keeping that foot active, encouraging that deeper release on the inner thigh. Inhale to lift up and lengthen out of the sit bones. Exhale to gently start to walk the hands forward. Now remember, there's always a point here where if you're in a rush to walk the hands forward, you end up lifting the shoulders. So it might help you to draw the elbows towards the floor, just to keep those shoulders nice and quiet. Let's pay attention if that left buttock is lifted from the floor. If we stay centered, we should be feeling a much deeper stretch to the inner thigh, quite a lot of action going on in the hamstring, and certainly a little bit of pinch behind the knee. If you need to, slacken the knee off to release that. Keep the shoulder blades drawn together. If anyone is in a comfortable position here, there's always the invitation to stack one fist on top of the other and bring the forehead to rest. Otherwise, we just work with gravity to soften and release. I'm going to keep you in this position and we'll just walk it up a little bit differently. So walk the hands back towards the ankle. We're going to take the right hand to the left knee. We're going to bring the left arm up. And as you exhale, you're going to bring that left arm up and over the body. So it kind of feels as though the rib cage gets in the way. So remind yourself to do that lift, exhale, release, and think about opening that side of the rib cage, the side of the waist, so that you're not just squashing, you're lengthening. So inhale to lift, come back to center. Would you believe me if I told you that the full expression of that pose is to bring the hand over the body, take hold of the sole of the foot? What's even going on there? Denise is like, I'll give it a go. Boom. Yeah, so that's one to work up to. Then inhale, lift, come back to center. Let's now park that left hand behind the hip. The right hand stays on the left knee. Inhale, lift. Then as you exhale, come into a gentle twist, bringing the side of the rib cage towards the back of the room. Again, take note, has the right sit bone pinged off the floor. You want to be centered, shoulder blades drawn together. Then as you exhale, release, bring the shoulders back to center. Beautiful. Widen left leg, bring the right foot in. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. Soften that knee. Position the hands in front of the ankle. Remember the length from the back of the head to the tailbone, so remaining in a diagonal rather than curving the spine. And with every out breath, easing the upper body towards the floor. This isn't always pleasant if anyone has any acid reflux. Sometimes if people have stomach ulcers, this can cause quite a lot of upward pressure. So work to within your realms of comfort. Wide through the collarbones. Try not to be gripped anywhere. Exhale to ease a little more deeply. Again, testing if you would be more comfortable with one fist on top of the other. I'm not as flexible on that side, so that's not for me. Then push into the palms, engage the core, walk the hands back again to center. So we do that same side angle that we made before. This time we're bringing left hand to right knee, right arm up and over. Exhale, hinge, hinge, hinge. So every inhalation, you want to breathe space between the vertebra. Every exhalation, you want to just nudge it a little deeper. It's tempting here to kind of bounce into it, but it's not great for the spine. So we're working with the breath. Feel free to grab the opposite foot if that's within your gift, certainly not within mine. Inhale, lift, come back to center. So now this right hand goes behind the hip. Inhale, lift up and lengthen. Exhale, come into the twist once more. Taking the gaze over that shoulder, shoulder blades drawn together, jaw relaxed. As you exhale, release. Bring the shoulders to face forward. Bring both legs wide. So we've pushed the edges, we've pulled a lot into the tallness of this inner thigh area. So let's avoid any discomfort to the back of the knees. Just allow a little bit of slack here. Lift the knees from the floor. Switch those toes back on. You want to be rocked onto the sit bones rather than roll back into the tailbone. Then as you exhale, repeat that little walk forward. So common sense will tell you that you can only go as far as the tightest you were on one side. We just work in balance. And again, if that feels a little bit congested, constrained for you to have your hands here. Some people prefer to take the arms wide, either resting on the ankles, bringing to the toes or the soles of the feet. Exhaling to squeeze a little lower. Inhaling to lengthen the spine. Exhaling to ease a little more deeply into this space. Now, if we've widened the arms, let's reposition the hands under the shoulders. Inhale to push into the palms. Exhale, engage the core. Gently walk yourself back towards center. So it's very tempting to stay here because we've done lots of work here. I'm going to get you to bring it all the way in, coming into Dandasana. So we made this shape when we were lying down. We're now going to see what it feels like to do it sitting up. So it just feels natural for me to bend the left knee first, and then we're going to bring that left knee up and over. So typically we rest on the edge of this foot because that kind of we allow the knee to roll out. So let's have a little bit of discipline here. Let's bring the knee in. So if you physically push the knee in, bring that sole of the foot flush to the floor. Try to keep the toes of the right foot pressing up. And rather than holding that knee in, we're going to park the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Place the left hand behind the hip. Apply a little pressure to draw the knee in. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist. And draw the gaze over the left shoulder. This is called the Great Sage Twist. As you exhale, release. Let that tension go. Let the shoulders drift back to center. Extend the left leg. Bring the right leg in. So again, up and over. Look after your spine. Use the hands on the shin to lift and lengthen to get back onto the sit bones. Gently nudge that knee in so that the sole of the foot is flat. Bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. And you'll notice the palms, it's almost like making a half Anjali Mudra, lines up with the bridge of the nose. Inhale, lift out of the sit bones. Exhale, twist, twist, twist. And take your gaze over that shoulder. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Actively press that knee in. Then as you exhale, release. Bring it back to center. Lovely. Extend both legs forward. And let's just have a little shake of the thighs. I'm going to come into a cross leg position now. So my preference is to come with the right heel in towards the groin, parking the left foot in front, repositioning the hands either side of the hips, and gently leaning back into this space, allowing the shoulders to soften. Extend the left arm away. Inhale, lift, opening a diagonal through the front of the body. Avoiding collapsing that diagonal in, so keep the palm open, draw the left elbow in towards the waist, lift that right arm up and over, and at the last tuck the chin into the armpit. Let's see if we can perhaps bring that left elbow all the way to the floor, as again we deepen into that stretch. There shouldn't be any tension in the left shoulder, so if anything you might want to push that left elbow a little further away from the body. Inhale, lift, come back to center. Exhale, squeeze to the opposite side. So we're opening to begin, then exhaling to come over. Inhaling to lift and lengthen. Exhaling to draw the elbow towards the floor. And then coming into a nice open side. Turning to tuck the chin into the armpit. Then inhaling again to lift, come back to center. Extend both arms forward. You almost want to feel as though you're leaning against an imaginary wall, drawing the shoulder blades together. Bring the palms of the hands together, right forefinger stacked to the top, opening the hands towards the heart. Engage the core, turn the palms inside out. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. And if, like me, it takes you 2 or 3 full breath rotations to come into the full expression of this pose, take your time, don't rush it. Press through the palms of the hands, soften the shoulders down away from the ears, relax those knees. Every out breath drawing the tummy button in, every in breath creating length through the spine. Watch the height of those shoulders, they want to be soft. Then on the out breath, engage the core. Turn the palms back towards the heart. Exhale, draw the tummy button in, roll through the spine, seated cat stretch, nodding the chin to the chest. Then inhaling, lifting, coming back to center, separating the hands. Now switch the leg cross over, so the opposite foot in front, behind. We're going to repeat that interlock, but we're going to take it behind. So earlier we did quite a lot of work opening into the pectoral muscles. When we get into this interlock behind, the restriction is likely to be up here in the shoulders. So not only do you need to open these muscles, you need to remind yourself to roll back and down to open through these collarbones. So bring the hands to an interlock behind the lower back. We did right forefinger to the top before, so we're now going to do left forefinger to the top. Take a moment to roll the shoulders back and down, lift again out of the sit bones, remain grounded through the sit bones, exhale, draw the hands away from the lower back, opening through the heart, keeping the breath steady, shouldn't feel like effort. Just to keep that intention flowing gently. Turn the head over the right shoulder, keeping the underside of the chin parallel to the floor. Bring the head to center. Take the gaze over the other shoulder. Come back again to center. Separate the hands and relax it down. Bring the left arm up. We're going to pop it between the shoulder blades. So everyone's going to make a different shape with their elbow here. Length of arm, position of shoulder, muscle tone, there's lots of different things going on here. So to give us a little helping hand to get on a level playing field, we can use the hand to roll that elbow wide. And then we're going to bring that hand up and over, take hold of the elbow, try to avoid the joint itself, so you're coming a little lower down, and then applying a little bit of pressure, pushing the palm of the hand deeper into the space between the shoulder blades, ideally defining a deeper stretch here to the tricep. Again, watch the neck. If we're too bundled up here, we'll feel that the head's being pushed forward. Exhale, release. Same on the other side. So the right hand comes up. Position the hand. Mine starts really just at the base of the neck. I can't get very far. And then we're just a bit of manhandling as we bring the elbow in. Then we push the elbow arms back so that the neck is not being pressed forward. The hand can slide a little deeper between the shoulder blades. Just using that pressure to encourage a little more space to the tricep. As you exhale, release. Place the hands onto the knees. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Inhale, squeeze up. Exhale, shrug the shoulders down. Keep the hands rested on the knees. On the inhale, visualize that you're opening the sternum forward, then we're lifting the gaze up towards the ceiling. So we're doing a seated cow pose. We'll turn that straight into cat. So exhale, draw the tummy button in, roll through the spine, nod the chin to the chest. Then inhale, repeat your cow pose, Then bring the head back again to center. Perfect. I was going to do one more pose. I'm thinking about whether, let's go for it. Let's do it. So I'm again going to start with my left heel in. Rather than bringing the right foot in front, I'm going to position the knees thusly. So you're effectively bringing your right heel to the outside of the right buttock. Now I can tell you now, even though we've done all that loosening on the hip flexors, I still have a little gap underneath the right sit bone. It's impossible. Well, it's not really impossible. Someone can do it, but it feels almost impossible to get that bottom flush to the floor. Lift up and lengthen out of the sit bones. Beautiful. Then bring the hands in front of the heart. We're creating eagle arms. So eagle arms and cow pose legs. How on earth did we make that one up? And as you exhale, release the arms, reset the legs. So that means the right heel comes in, the left knee comes to the floor, the left heel towards the outside of the buttock. Is it harder on this side? I can't decide. I can't decide if that's easier or harder. It just feels different, feels weirder. So we'll do the same eagle arms again, but we'll try and do the opposite way. So remember, if it's uncomfortable for you to bring palm to palm, back of the hand to back of the hand is much better to achieve. And we want to draw the elbows down so that the thumb joint lines up with the nose. So keep drawing the arms down to create that. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, release. Let's bring that foot back in again. We're sitting for a moment in our crossed leg pose. So come to the side of the crossed leg where you would feel most natural. If you prefer, you can go to wide leg. Before I take you on the floor, I'm just going to have one further seated pose. As you exhale, hinging forward, forearms connected with the floor, inhaling to lift the sternum. And again, that invitation, should you wish, to bring one fist stacked on top of the other. If you prefer, one palm stacked on top of the other. But let's not be in a rush to get there. The intention is to keep that lovely diagonal line from the back of the head to the tailbone. So it's just better to hang around in this space. Allowing the breath to just find those edges of comfort again. One further full breath rotation. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, engage the core. As you inhale, push into the palms of the hands and step yourself back again to center. Would you like to finish lying down? Yeah. I just come for the Shavasana. Have you all got that t-shirt? So make yourself comfortable. If you need to pull on a warm layer, put on some socks, dim the lights, put an eye mask on, anything you need to just get yourself into the zone. Now, before we go anywhere, close the eyes. And again, just scan the body from head to toe, checking in, noticing without judgment. Have any of those areas of the body that you spotted earlier held tension or pain? Have you felt that move or release in any way? If you're aware of any part of the body still asking for a little attention, send a nourishing, energizing breath to that part of the body. And with intention, breathe that tension away. Inhale to fill the body with positive energy. Exhale to empty the body of negative energy. send that breath where the body directs you. And start to notice again the willingness of your body to release the full weight to the floor. Recognize that every inhalation serves to nourish and energize. Every exhalation, cleansing and releasing. Recall again that Sankalpa, that positive affirmation that you made for yourself at the start of our session. And repeat it once more to yourself 3 times in the positive tense. Keep saying positive, being present. Know that our practice this evening has been built on the foundations of this seed you planted at the start of our practice. You're already growing positive shoots embedded in this practice to take forward with you into your day and your week ahead. Set a further intention to allow this Sankalpa to continue to manifest for you in the days ahead. Think of this as your superpower. When you feel weary, when you feel overwhelmed, remind yourself those positive words and know that you are. Take a deep breath in through the nose, a longer breath out through the mouth. Another deep breath in through the nose, releasing this time with an audible sigh. One further deep breath in, audible release. And again, bring your awareness back to the weight of your body against the floor. Feeling the cool air in the room against your face, your hands, your feet. And slowly start to return sensation here. Wiggling fingers and toes, wiggle the jaw and the nose. If it feels good, take a long stretch. If it feels better, hug the knees to the chest. If you're seated, give yourself a hug. Then when you're ready, join me in a seated position, bringing hands together in an Anjali Mudra. Touch to the head for kind thoughts, to the lips for kind words, to the heart for kind intentions. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. So apologies for the brief break in service earlier when I had to deal with my cheeky dog. I think I recovered all right, considering, because he really threw my concentration. I was like, where on earth am I? Let me stop the recording. It'll be worse for the people